Our lesson today is Indiana Essentials Measurement, and this is basically a lesson that's not necessarily in our math series but needs to be covered. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at measurement today. Why do we need to know how to measure? Well, I hate to tell you guys, but measurement is a life skill. You need it for lots of different reasons, so many that I probably couldn't name them all. But let's say that you bought some furniture, for example, and you are trying to fit that furniture in your bedroom, or maybe get it into your house. Sometimes you need to take measurements to be able to get it through the doorway. So it just depends on the situation, but measurement is one of those skills that we use a lot. Also, different careers, you use measurement all the time. So an architect, for example, somebody that draws building plans or design plans for different things, an engineer, a contractor, or a builder, and there's a lot of more professions that use measurement. Math problems, when we have to find area or perimeter or volume, which you will be doing at some point. So again, measurement's pretty important. So how are we going to do that? Well, of course, we're going to be using rulers. We need to have an understanding on how they work. And we need to be thinking about what we call closest to. And that'll make sense here in a few minutes. So let's get started. Here I have 3 different rulers. And you'll notice that these rulers look similar. However, they have a different number of tick marks or graduation marks. So notice this ruler only has 1 tick mark in between each whole number. So of course our whole numbers are up here at the top. Here's our tick marks in between. So this particular ruler would only be good for measuring to the nearest inch or the nearest half inch. When we look at the second one, I have 1, 2, 3 tick marks, then the whole number. So that means that this would be fourths, right? This would be 1/4 at the first tick mark, 2/4 or 1/2 here, 3/4, and then of course 4/4, which is our whole. This last ruler, look at these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I could measure to the nearest 1/8 of an inch with this particular ruler and get very precise. So we're first going to practice measuring to the nearest half inch. And you'll notice that I have the half ruler here, so we can take a look at that. And I have a yellow line segment. This yellow line segment, notice that the end of my ruler is here. And I try to put that line segment as close to the edge of that ruler as I can in a slide, which sometimes is difficult to do. So if in real life, we would be able to line that up a whole lot better, but that was as close as I could get it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at, first, the edge of my line segment is here, and it goes all the way to here. Now notice that it passed the 4. It's past the 4. So if I asked you, what is the measurement of this line segment to the nearest half inch? Would we say that this line segment is 4 inches? Or would we say it is 4 1/2? So this gets kind of tricky. So since this is barely over the 4 and it's not that close to the half, I would probably say that this is 4 inches. And that is the symbol that we can use for 4 inches. Or you can write out the abbreviation for inches like so. So if we take a look at this next one, again, look at the edge of that line segment up here at the end of the ruler. It's over here now. And if I had a piece of paper, I could take it and put it on the edge of that and see where it falls on my ruler. So this is really, really close to this half mark. So if I were going to write the measurement for that one, I would most likely say that this is 2 1/2 inches. Again, or we could write it 2 1/2 with IN, period, to abbreviate. So nearest half inch would be 2 1/2 inches. And for this next one, we're going to look here again to make sure that it's lined up at the edge. We're going to come over here. Notice that for this one, it has passed the half mark. So since it is past the half mark and we're doing the nearest half inch, it is going to be 6 inches, or 6 inches with your abbreviation. So if it passes the half mark, you're going to go to the next whole number. If it's on the half mark, you're going to put the half as part of your measurement. If it's less than the half, you're probably going to go back to that whole number before the half. So let's take a look at some 1/4 inch or 1/4 inch measurements. So again, we're going to look to see where this line segment is lined up at the edge of our ruler, and we come all the way over here. Now look where this ends. I'm looking down. I'm going to take a sheet of paper or something to see how close is it. It's right about here. So what do you think, guys? Here's my whole number, 4. Is it going to be 4? Or am I going to write 4 1/4? The 1/4 mark is right here. So in this case, I would probably write 4 1/4 inches. Like so. All right. So let's take a look at this example. Why don't you pause your video, look at that for a minute, and decide what you think it's going to be. I would make this 4 2/4, which is also equal to 4 1/2 inches, or 4 1/2 inches with your abbreviation for this particular line segment. And let's take a look at this one. What would you write down for the nearest 1/4 of an inch? Is it going to be 1/4, 2/4, 3/4? Is it going to be a whole number? So when I'm looking at this, go ahead and pause your video, write your answer. And when you come back, here it is. I think that this one would be 2 3/4 inches. Again, if you write it with your abbreviated letters, it would look like so. How did you do? So let's summarize. Tick marks, or graduation marks, determine how precise our measurements can be. We can use what we call closest to, or kind of a rounding mentality, to determine the nearest measurements. And measurements are all around us. Roger that, guys. See you in class.